That's your problem right there. Whoever combed through 1 million Reddit comments needs to probably be under immediate psychiatric care. Immediate psychiatric care. Also, beyond that, this is why we had this conversation yesterday. Stuff like this. It wasn't, someone didn't go through them all themselves. It was AI. Well, this is exactly why AI is going down a dangerous path, because it's pulling from Reddit so frequently. If it's combing through 1 million, if it's doing its learning through Reddit, we're in a lot of trouble. We're in a lot of trouble, folks, and things are bad. Things are bleak. Bleak. Okay, NBA fans bring plenty of passion to the conversation, but when the emotions run high, which fan base are most likely to let the F-bombs and more fly? Is this written by AI? From the Big Apple to Salt Lake City, we analyzed. So I think this was written by AI. And let me tell you why. This dash right here, that's AI. This is as AI as it gets. Just letting you guys know. If you're ever reading an article and wondering if something's AI, this right here, telltale sign. Almost certainly AI. Nobody writes like that. Gronk, one Reddit user recommends jumping off a bridge. Let's get right into, is it AI? No, I can tell you right now, this is 1,000% AI. Most vulgar NBA fan bases, let's get right to it. When it comes to dropping expletives on Reddit, New York Knicks fans are in a league of their own. Over 8% of all Knicks comments contain a swear word, leading the NBA pack. All right, let's see. So the Knicks have the most vulgar fan base in the league. Wow, pretty comfortably, too. Pretty comfortably. And no surprise there, Utah's dead last. Utah's dead last in swear words used. Mavs come in at 4th. Good job, guys. Mavs come in at 4th. 7% of comments on the Dallas Mavericks subreddit contains a swear word. Have you guys been to the Dallas Mavericks subreddit recently? I haven't. But last time I was there, it was horrible. Philly is a surprising one here at 9. I thought for sure Philly would be top 2. I probably could have gotten to the Knicks being number 1. Philly, I'm very surprised at their inclusion here at 9. I thought that they would be much higher than that. Celtics at 7. Timberwolves at 5. I mean, Grizzlies number 2 is interesting. Now, one has to ask the question, how active is the Grizzlies subreddit? Because if it's not very active and you just got 3 or 4 hooligans, that's really going to disrupt this study. 3 to 4 hooligans ruin it. Philly is low because most of their users don't know how to spell. That could be it. There could be a correlation there. Nico Harrison vaulted us into the top 4. The Jazz are the least vulgar. Portland, San Antonio, Washington, Charlotte, Brooklyn. And I feel like part of that is, and guys, just looking at these teams, I feel like part of that is in like the Charlotte Hornets subreddit. It's just like 34, 36-year-old wine moms who are there, and they're like, how do I get rid of this hornet's nest on my balcony? My husband's been gone for 2 weeks on a work trip. And they're like, no, man, we talked about LaMelo Ball here. And they're like, she's like, oh, I don't know who that is. I think that's part of the problem. So that probably shifts the dynamic there for them. Same with like the Wizards. Why is it always the Hornets catching a straight? I don't know. I've been so mean to my Hornets lately. I've been so mean to them. It's because I'm fed up with them. I'll just be upfront and honest with you. I'm fed up with them. The Wizards subreddit is probably the saddest place on the internet. I have a hard time imagining the Hornets subreddit isn't the worst. In fact, let's go take a gander over there right now. I have a hard time imagining the Charlotte Hornets subreddit isn't isn't the worst of the worst. But yeah, here you go. Here you go. This is one of their top posts. Stop giving me your toughest battles. How the fuck are you alive? Oh, man. Oh, they're throwing out LaMelo for Paul George trades. Whoops. I'm assuming 18 days ago was a lottery. That was 18 days ago? Oh, that was their last post 20 hours ago. Yeah. Not very active. Not very active at all. I mean, they got like their fifth most recent post was 4 days ago. I guess is that typical? Like, what's the Mavericks one looking like? Dear God, I don't even want to be. On this day 1 year ago, Luka Doncic drops 36, 10, and 5. Oh, and this day a year ago, the Dallas Mavericks won the Western Conference. Okay. Oh, look, this is where I saw the article. Someone sent it to me. Mavs Nation raised the flag. That's pretty sick. All right, it's pretty active here. It's pretty active. It looks, I gotta say, it looks much more tame. Much more tame than I was expecting. Oh my God. Mavericks get Mikal Bridges, Mitchell Robinson, Mike Conley, Miles McBride, and Terrence Shannon Jr. What the fuck? This is the worst trade I've ever seen. Okay, what's the go-to swear word? We didn't just look at how often NBA fans cuss. We also checked which words they use the most. For most teams, the classic shit is a crowd favorite, accounting for over 40% of all vulgar comments. Interesting. Maybe there's an interesting commentary here, social commentary here. Because I think shit just becomes like, it's just the most used word. What's Boston's? Are we even allowed to show what Boston's is? Because you can just say, oh, yeah, it's shit like that. Oh, yeah. Stupid shit. Oh, yeah. But a few passionate groups like Knicks, Grizzlies, and Mavericks fans lean heavier on the four-letter F-bomb. Hell yeah. Shit. Pistons use fuck the most. Is there any other ones? All right. Boston's in the clear. Wait, they don't even have Boston on here. Oh, Boston's shit. I was about to say, can they not show Boston's? Dallas's is fuck. That's pretty funny. The NBA's most negative fan bases. Swearing is one thing, but who brings the most negativity to the conversation? According to our sentiment analysis, Dallas Mavericks fans top the charts for negativity, with nearly a third of all comments flagged as negative. Yeah, all right. Dallas Mavericks fans are the most negative fans in the NBA. That's really not that surprising. That's not that surprising. And now I will say, it seems pretty tame now. Mavs assistant GM Matt Riccardi on adding Cooper Flagg to this team with a self-imposed 3-year window. It makes the window 20 years instead of 3. All right. Let's check the comments here. Just as like our own research. Boots on the ground research. Paul with the $2 from the Mavs subreddit. That tracks. A kid who just won every level and is coming in ready to go. Didn't we just have someone like that? Okay. So, yeah, I would say these are all. I will say, I do push back at the Mavs having like a 10, 15-year window with Luka, like some people say. I don't know about that. I really don't. Honestly, yeah, this is all pretty negative. These are all pretty negative. Bad Zion allegations on Twitter. I know. I'm steering clear. Where the positivity shines. It's not all doom and gloom. This was 1,000% written by AI. Some NBA corners are surprisingly wholesome. Utah Jazz fans come out on top for positivity, with over half their subreddit's comments being positive. That's actually pretty shocking. Okay, I see. All right, I see what's happening here. So it's all terrible teams for the most part. The most positive. That makes sense, actually. That makes sense because when you're like in the rebuilding stage of your rebuild and the let young guys do young guy things stage of your rebuild, yeah, you're mostly going to be positive. Yes, draft night or lottery night would have been a much different story, but you're mostly going to be positive. The data was taken before the results of the draft. The bottom one's Knicks, most negative. Yeah, all of these teams that are the least positive are all. That's surprising to see the Thunder this low. Are all good teams. The Suns are more positive than the Thunder? What? That's very shocking. We scraped 1.3 million comments from all 30 NBA teams subreddit. Scrap that AI, please. Shut it down. Shut it down. Jazz fans just have Jazz want to soak it in. What's it called when someone gets on the bed and starts shaking it? What's that called? What's the terminology for that? No, it's soaking. You know what? Let's not even go there.